Greetings, friends of the Four Sith siblings. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Vault Builders. Episode 11, Hard Landing and Unbroken Spirit. What I was going to do is calculate the fail chance with all of the devices we have so far. This does pull more wattage than we have in our base, so we have to make sure that we don't brown out. But if we were to add a superpower, it has a 0% chance of failure because of our 2 centrifuges, 10 sim drives, 2 dialyzers, and 2 stabilizers. So no one will die getting their first power. The question is, do we want to add powers knowing we can't remove weaknesses, or do we want to wait for the removal device? So I'm going to poll for that right now. Should we add powers now or wait for weakness removal? So some of the weaknesses that we get could be as bad as Professor K's, where we could add a power, but then become paralyzed. So there is a risk. Not all weaknesses are like crippling. Like Fun-Sized has 2 weaknesses that don't really matter. Immature, mental breaks or tantrums. Oh well. Keep him away from chem fuel and anti-grain warheads. And then hypermetabolism, he eats more. Like, those weaknesses are like, yeah, whatever, who cares? Some weaknesses are like, you can't move anymore? So, it's a bit of a gamble. But it's up to you. Oh, this poor dude's just like starving to death. He's like, oh man, I need food. I know, dude, I know. I'm working on it. Alright, in here I'm also going to put mech corpses, because we'll just machine destroy them. We're almost at Fun-Size Killjoy too. There we go, yep. There you go, pal. We'll pick up half of them. So there is chem gens keeping the power on in here. Let's hook up those chem gens to everything else. Stay inside, please. Come on, build. What the hell? Oh, he's messing with the steel. Yes. While we're here, do not haul, do not clean. Also, Crimson, this is your home. Okay, power's on. We have a dining room, a bathroom, need more power networks. Med room with no one to open. Fun-Size, do you... I'm gonna have him attempt to construct even though he sucks at it. Is this a bedroom? It is. Okay, this is now Crimson's bedroom. And this is Killjoy's bedroom. Beer! Oh god, we broke the rule. I thought I had that forced open. Drink. Drink. Alright, so she needs sleep. He needs sleep. So, okay, they're done for the day. It looks like you guys want to wait, which I think is a responsible and reasonable thing to do. I support that. We are getting pelted by ship chunks. And, yeah, we have a pretty glorious laboratory here, I think. Next thing to build in here, I'm going to go ahead and start the bedroom process. Oh god, we don't have food. What the hell? Moxie. Butcher. My bad, my bad, my bad. Speaking of which, hunting? Yeah, Moxie's cooking and hunting is a 2. I think she's just so backlogged with the Psych IT that she's not doing the other things, so I'm just gonna freeze that for now. Alright, fun size killjoy. You can't hack well, but we can have you poke around the facility. So, kitchen. And try to hack this. You're 0 intellectual, so what is your hack speed? 73? That's not bad. It's nowhere near the 213, but still, it's better than nothing. He'll be a good hunter when he arrives? Yes. He's a hunter that we don't really have to worry about, because as long as he's not hunting boombalopes, he can't die. Or boom rats. Alright, Sapo. Now that Sapo has... Oh, you were mining out here? Let's just finish this mine. Cheers. There's the broadcaster. So the science equipment must be back here, if it even... Oh, maybe over here. Another sniper rifle, and this is the first one we can actually use. The other one was bow-coded. Fun-sized. I'm going to have you switch to recon armor so you move faster. Actually, you know what? It doesn't frickin' matter. Who cares if they run you down? You can't die. You don't play by normal rules. So I don't have to be concerned about you for normal reasons. With someone like Fun-Sized, so there is a risk of him going on a caravan and dying, because when you go on a caravan and you die, you disappear. Right? Like, you can't resurrect when the body doesn't exist. So as long as he has backup, I can send him... I can throw him at the enemies like he's Wolverine, but I do have to be careful with him, fundamentally, because... You know, there are situations where you don't get to resurrect, so I have to avoid those. Alright, the Killbox Paddock Ranch is pretty good. Yes! The retractor! And the, oh no, that's not a mucus inducer. So, this retractor is exactly what I wanted. It allows you to remove weaknesses. Finally. So let's hack the broadcast station, and then we can get cooking. I am excited. So the next one's 25 days, that's a lot of time. Let's get home. Where'd the milk come? I don't want to know. I don't trust that milk. So we'll bring 4 nanites, cloth, steel. Let's forget the steel. Spare recon armor. More turrets. I'm only going to get the nice turrets. 2 more containment. The retractor, of course. The cooler. And the sniper rifle. We have a lot more carry weight. So... I'm going to bring things that break down to nice things. I'm going to bring a bunch of the containment, the gene pod stuff. knowing that it just turns into like plasteel. Also, is there a medical bed here? No. So, forget that. That'll work. Did I not get the bedroll? I probably... Oh, no, we did. All right. Well, we are in business. This is exciting. Yeah, now we really have science. So the priority right now is do gene experiments. Where will I be putting the extra bedrooms? Back here somewhere. Cross the bridge when we get there. I'm not immediately worried about it. It will sort itself out for sure. It's going to be really nice to have two bulletproof skin dudes, one who can eagle eye and the other one who can't die. Send them to mess with the Empire. Have an uber sniper and an immortal Highlander. Like, yes, please. Although there is a risk. I mean, you'll see the risk factors for removing weaknesses, and I'll do predictions about that once we get there. So, steel vault vents. I'm setting up in the doorways so that we can close the doors to the individual bedrooms, but have the individual bedrooms also be super cold. And unlike regular vents, these steel vault vents go over the walls, which means we don't have to like replace it and have really low HP walls. Not that it really matters, because that's not the sensitive part of this base. In case they try to like pod drop me again, I'm going to set up some turrets in my base to be like, hey, welcome, and die. And I'll just put them on dead power. They're home! So, obviously, without further ado, the first person that is getting fixed is Professor K. Wow, okay, you're holding a 50-kilogram retractor? Dude, swole, holy moly. Get this hooked up. Power it all up and throw the professor in. The other thing is we are going to be running power deficit. So I'm going to turn off some of the stuff we don't necessarily need running just to make sure that we are okay. Because if you brown out during a gene tailor, the person dies. So for fun size, that might not be a problem, but for everyone else, that would suck big. All right, Crimson. Carry him to the pod. Why are you sleeping here? There, take his bed. So, operation. Remove weakness. There's a 40% chance to failure. Because when you have powers and weaknesses, removing weakness is not like... It's challenging to do. So, it's a 40-60, but I'm going to have you predict anyway. Start prediction. Will the gene tailoring be successful? Yes or no? And in the case of no, it's not guaranteed death. If it's not successful, you could suffer brain death, where you get a scar on your brain. Which means I am going to want to research bioregeneration so that we could potentially remove those scars. Because if it is brain death, we can bring you back. And if it's brain death for Professor K, we could just, like, cut his head off and he'll come back. Right? Or not Professor K, Fun-Sized. So Fun-Sized can't really suffer the same consequences, I think, as the others can. As a result of his powers. And then in the case of Crimson... Crimson it never fails. Crimson's superpower, first one, is experiments are always successful, which means eventually Crimson can have 5 superpowers, no weaknesses, making her, like, depending on the superpower she gets, god tier compared to everyone else. Which is exactly why the Empire abducted her for experimentation, because they sensed the potential in her and was like, yep, that's a problem. Let's go steal her. So we are in grid negative 1,000 running this gene experiment, which takes 2 days. It might be worth installing the... You know what? Let's try to stick a unconscious body in the battery in the biotank. To get a little bit of excess power to the grid. It's like not all that unreasonable. And in order to do that, all we need to do is knock something unconscious. The more massive they are, the better. So maybe I'll hunt the Mega Sloth until it gets knocked out. And instead of finishing it off, we'll just shove it in the biopod. So, Fun Size, Crimson, Moxie, report for duty. It's unconscious. Carry to the biobattery. Nope, Crimson, stop, stop, stop. No! Because it can't die. Once it's dead, it can't go in. And then, paste for everybody. Fixing some of the, Because Megathloths are super massive, this should be a lot of power. So it's 240 kilograms that are being converted from mass to power. And now we are not in power deficit, meaning that the risk of a brownout is mostly negated. I do know that we're low on food, so I'm going to continue hunting boomlopes. Hell, you know what? Let's just kill everything. Do like a full clear of animals here. So, fun-sized? You need work priorities. You are very sociable. It's too bad. Well, maybe we'll send you to go on a trade run or something. And the current priority right now is do gene experiments and build bedrooms. I'd also like to start on the vault. I hadn't forgotten about that, but I think bedrooms, at least for right now, is a pretty good goal. Because right now we're like in a crummy shared barracks that nobody really likes. Can he hunt the wolves too? So he's not the only hunter. But what I can do is I can change it so that he is the only hunter. And he'll just hunt the wolves as well. Because I'm really not worried about him getting hurt by a wolf. Like, whatever. He'll be fine. And one of the reasons to do a culling like this is map tiles have a certain biosphere support. Basically, it can only support so many animals. So the, like, rainforest can support more animals than, like, a tundra. But when you're stuck with a bunch of animals that aren't, like, good to hunt, killing off the animals so that you kind of reset what is available to you is a really effective way of getting a new subset of animals. So if you don't like the animals that you have, you can just murder them all. A little dark, but, I mean, it works. Alright, so the, yeah, we're getting the bedrooms. Nice. Boom Revenge. So this is honestly Killjoy's weakness, which is, fire-based to kill. Oh, you know what? Never mind. This is fine. Come on in, Boomalopes! Oh god! Don't shoot past Killjoy. Boom, be gone. Rod, what is your issue? Just standard. Not much I could do for you. Try to give you a better bedroom. So let's finish one bedroom before starting the others, or finish the ones on the west. Or east, rather. So the idea here is it's going to look something like this. Big smooth. Fortunately, even people that suck at construction can help with this. Because, like, what's the worst that you can do? You can't fail smoothing, so... if any of the pawns become idle, I can just assign them to, like, pointless smoothing tasks, and they'll work towards it. Alright, what is going on with the not loading up the hoppers? Professor K has just about a day left in the pod, a day and a third, and then we'll know if it's successful or not. A Gauss sprout? We're not tree huggers. Bio sculpting's done, and the bio regeneration will protect us from the potential of brain death, which is why I'm pushing for that. So I think I'll hook up maybe like 6 total nanite containments. That will be the goal. I don't think we're going to need that much more super nanites than that. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that these are plugged in. I'll have to wait until I flick this switch. Plugged into the outside network so that they never turn off. Because super nanites, these super nanites decay super fast unless they're in super nanite storage. So they're just not stable outside of storage. Unless they're in a gene pod, interestingly. So one tactic is just to take the gene pods and use the gene pods as like unpowered storage, which works pretty well. There we go. Now we're starting to get some meat. So this gene tailoring pod has like 5 fuel. So I can say like, don't automatically refuel this pod. Wear out all 5 fuel of this pod and then just install the new pod. Did I just destroy the new pod? Oh my god, I did, didn't I? No, it's right. No, never mind, it's right here. Yeah, so don't refuel that one and just we'll hot swap pods. Fun Size has not had fun. He's been a real killjoy. Hasn't had fun out there. Sorry, bud. You got to shoot stuff, though. I mean, you are passionate about that, I think. I had mentioned long ago that I wanted, like, nice beds. So I'll try for Sapo. Now that Sapo... Well, actually, let's wait until I'm done smoothing, because that might level me up a bit. But Sapo's pretty good at construction now. Better than the 10 that he started with. So I'm going to try for, like, excellent beds plus, and then hook them up with sleep accelerators so that we don't spend a lot of time sleeping. We can just get more work done, which I think will be fantastic. We're still getting bioregen. And then it looks like all the corn was sown. Good. So we can turn the tea making back on. What are you? Oh, right. I have the gate open. I was like, what is Pierogi doing in here? It's a success! Professor K can move again. Woo! All right, Professor K, welcome back to the land of the living. We're going to give you some basic tasks. You ought to get a weapon. This is a messy stockpile. I'll give you the sniper rifle. And the prediction was successful. Now that I have a full roster, my current goal is deal with the ancient danger, and then I'm going to get back to gene tailoring. So right now, everyone's kind of in a bad mood. I'm going to give them all a moment to, like, have fun, and then we're going to deal with the ancient danger. Oh, sweet, they're throwing a party. Oh my god, I could not ask for better than that. Professor K can walk. Let's throw a party. I am down. Professor K, I'm going to give you a charge rifle. If I have one. Oh, actually, before I do this. Thanks, Empire. Oh my god. Well, hey, Empire, guess what? Screw you big time. I have 4 turrets waiting for you. Eat metric loads of... Eat it. Just... I love this. Alright, Empire. My TV might break. but small price to pay for a bunch of dead idiots. Chew 'em up! Alright, fun-sized killed Sapo. Fun-sized everybody else. Oh, right, you're a conscientious objector. Alright, let's back up. Go invisible. Really? That was unnecessary. Guess they don't like bedrooms. Hey, you guys, I'm like over here. Come fight me. Ridiculous. Oh, they're going that way. Okay. Hang on. We can't let them go that way. Yeah, I don't want them going in. That's a problem. You want to steal from me? Yeah, get donked. Hang in there, Sapo. We're working through them. Crimson, get out of there. Rod, you can carry Sapo this way. You refuse to fight, but you can still be a medic. Actually, you're pretty good at medical. And Rod, could you strip this dude? He looks like he has good armor. What are they, mining their way out? Frickin' idiots. Can you hit targets already? Holy moly, you guys are just the most inaccurate I've ever seen. Like, no one's even firing back, just frickin' shoot. Guys? Jesus. There we go. Alright, now they're fleeing. They're trying to steal stuff. They're, like, breaking the way out. Professor K, you have a sniper rifle, so I'm gonna have you go put fires out. No wonder it was hard to kill this dude. Cataphract armor with an armor skin gland? Yeah, okay, that checks out. If they want to steal my LMG, like, that's not a big deal. They didn't really go in there. I would like to keep my lab a secret, though, which means making sure they die. Moxie, come on out here. And then let's have Professor K try to put the fires out. Sapo has already been patched. So Rod, you are also going to do firefighting. Moop. Health checks. Nothing too serious. Alright, Moop made it out. But maybe not Theo. Do you have anything I want? Not really. Alright, extract intel on him. That was messy. That was messy. Everybody, eat travel meals for now because our NPM is busted. Frickin' pod drop raiders. All the more reason to move into here so that that can't happen continually. Because that's going to get tiresome fast. Fun-sized. Let's... Actually, Rod, you are... No, fun-sized, I'm going to save the cataphract armor for now. Because I don't have bionic legs to be able to move fast with it. Because cataphract armor is great, but, like, mobility is greater. Alright, Moxie. Go preach health to Sapo. And then... Crimson, go tend to Moxie. And then tend to yourself. Alright, time for an enormous amount of cleanup. For now, I don't know who needs beds, but there. Tending, feeding, and operating. Operating meaning administering drugs. Alright, Moxie, you're pretty much going to be the only one that's happy. Because with all the dead bodies, everyone else is going to be pissed. It's going to be a minute before I can deal with the ancient danger rain. Oh, Sapo, you're already on your feet. Grab the sword. We only got one intel, not a big deal. And the helmet is going to Professor K. Okay. At least we have some spare gold. Doesn't look like anything was stolen out of here, which is good. The nanite containments, as I said, need to be hooked up to the other network so that the nanites in them don't decay. Sapo drank a bit too hard. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Vault Builders, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel amid all the other credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow vault builders.